Dinosaurs, gigantic reptiles that ruled the Earth millions of years ago, but no longer exist. Or are they? Throughout history, we have been fascinated by these ancient beasts, bringing them to life in our stories, movies, and dreams. But what if they could one day walk among us once more? This is the incredible story of Dino Renaissance. Join us as we explore the amazing world of dinosaurs and uncover the secrets of their extinction. We will also discuss the cutting-edge science that is making their return a real possibility and examine the ethical questions it raises for humanity. Are we really ready to share our planet with these magnificent creatures once again? Let's find out. For generations, dinosaurs have captured our imaginations. From colossal predators to gentle giants, their ancient reign continues to fascinate us. But what if the dream of walking among them wasn't just a fantasy? What if we could bring dinosaurs back to life? In the realm of science, anything is possible. Scientists have managed to clone Dolly the sheep, resurrect the woolly mammoth, and bring back breeds of animals that were thought to be extinct. So why not dinosaurs? The process of de-extinction has already begun. Scientists have extracted dinosaur DNA from fossils and used it to clone new species. However, there are still some ethical questions that need to be answered before we can bring dinosaurs back to life. For example, how much space would they need to live in? Would they be able to survive in the modern world? And most importantly, is it even possible? In order for us to better understand this incredible technology, let's take a look at the science behind it. The first step in bringing back a dinosaur is to extract its DNA from a fossil. This is not an easy task, as the DNA must be perfectly preserved in order to be usable. Once the DNA is extracted, it can be analyzed and compared to the DNA of other animals. This will help scientists determine the differences between the dinosaur and other animals, as well as any unique features that it may have. Once the DNA has been sequenced, the next step is to synthesize it. This involves creating a synthetic version of the dinosaur DNA that can be used to clone the animal. This is done by using a computer to assemble the synthetic DNA sequence based on the original dinosaur DNA. The synthesized DNA is then inserted into a host cell, which will eventually develop into a cloned dinosaur. However, it is important to note that this process is still in its early stages, and scientists are still working on perfecting it. Before we can actually bring back a dinosaur, we need to make sure that it is 100% safe, and that there are no potential risks involved. We also need to ensure that the cloned dinosaur will be able to live a healthy and happy life. If we are not able to meet these standards, then we may need to reconsider our approach and find alternative methods for bringing back dinosaurs. So what are the potential benefits of bringing back dinosaurs? Could they help us better understand our planet and the history of life on Earth? Or could they pose a threat to humans and other species? There are many different opinions on this issue, and it is important to consider all sides before making a decision. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to bring back dinosaurs is up to us humans. We need to decide if the potential benefits outweigh the risks, and if we are prepared to take the necessary steps to ensure their safety and well-being. When we think of dinosaurs, images of gigantic creatures come to mind. But the truth is that dinosaurs come in all shapes and sizes. Some were enormous, like the Tyrannosaurus rex, while others were quite small, like the Compsognathus. So if we were to bring back dinosaurs, what kind would we choose? Bringing back small dinosaurs could be beneficial, because they would require less resources and space to live. They would also be easier to study and understand. For example, the Compsognathus was a small, agile dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period. It was about the size of a turkey, and had long, slender legs and a long tail. Bringing back this dinosaur could help us learn more about the evolution of birds, as Compsognathids are believed to be ancestors of modern birds. Another option is the ornithopods, herbivorous dinosaurs that lived during the late Triassic and Jurassic periods. They were relatively small, ranging from a few feet to around 30 feet long. They were also very diverse, with many different species living in different parts of the world. Bringing back an ornithopod could help us learn more about the early evolution of dinosaurs and their adaptation to different environments. Bringing back medium-sized dinosaurs could be challenging as they would require more resources and space. However, they could also provide valuable insights into the evolution of larger dinosaurs. For example, the Allosaurus was a large carnivorous dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period. It was around 40 feet long, and was one of the top predators of its time. Bringing back this dinosaur could help us learn more about the behavior and ecology of large carnivores and their impact on ecosystems. Bringing back large dinosaurs could be extremely difficult and potentially dangerous, as they would require a lot of resources and space to live. They could also pose a threat to humans and other species. For example, the Tyrannosaurus rex was a massive carnivorous dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period. It was around 40 feet long and weighed over 7 tons. Bringing back this dinosaur could be extremely challenging due to its size and predatory nature. It would require a huge amount of resources to feed and house it, and it could pose a significant risk to humans and other species. Ultimately, the decision of which size of dinosaur to bring back would depend on the resources available and the potential risks and benefits. It would also require careful consideration and planning to ensure the safety and well-being of both the dinosaurs and humans. Dinosaurs are some of the most fascinating creatures that have ever roamed the Earth. But what if they could roam once more? Imagine a world where these magnificent beasts walk among us once again. What would that world look like? How would we coexist with them? If we were to bring back dinosaurs, it would be important to carefully manage their reintroduction into the world. This would involve creating safe havens where they could live and thrive without posing a threat to humans or other species. These havens would need to be large enough to accommodate the dinosaurs and their natural habitats, as well as to prevent overcrowding. Additionally, we would need to monitor their behavior and ensure that they are not causing any damage to the environment. To ensure the safety of both the dinosaurs and humans, we would need to establish strict regulations and protocols. This would include limiting the number of dinosaurs that could be brought back, as well as their movement and access to public areas. We would also need to educate the public on how to interact with dinosaurs and what to do in case of an emergency. Bringing back dinosaurs would be a monumental achievement and would require the collaboration of scientists, conservationists, and governments from around the world. It would also raise many ethical questions that we would need to carefully consider, such as the potential impact on the environment, the welfare of the dinosaurs themselves, and the safety of humans. But with careful planning and management, we could create a world where humans and dinosaurs coexist peacefully. Dinosaurs have captivated our imagination for centuries. These magnificent creatures have inspired countless works of art, literature, and film. But what if they could become a part of our reality? Imagine the awe and wonder that would fill us as we witness these ancient beasts roaming free once again. From the towering Brachiosaurus to the fearsome T-Rex, each dinosaur is a testament to the incredible power and beauty of nature. To bring them back would be a privilege and a responsibility. We would need to ensure that their numbers are carefully regulated to prevent any disruption to our ecosystem. But the rewards would be immeasurable. We would have the opportunity to study them up close and learn about their behavior and habitat. We could also share this experience with future generations, allowing them to witness the majesty of dinosaurs for themselves. It is important to remember that dinosaurs were not just monsters of the past, but an integral part of our planet's history. By bringing them back, we would be completing the circle of life and ensuring that their legacy lives on. The prospect of bringing back dinosaurs is both exciting and daunting. With careful planning, management, and respect for these magnificent creatures, we could create a world where humans and dinosaurs coexist in harmony. It would be a world full of wonder and adventure, where we could learn from the past and appreciate the beauty of our planet like never before. So let us embrace the challenge and make it a reality. Let us bring back the dinosaurs and ensure that they become a part of our shared future.